Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well. Poland and Ukraine, as I said many times, are not friends. They are right now together because Al Capone keeps them together to achieve the goal of taking care of Russia first, and then China, and then the world is ours or his. Now, what do we have here? We have 3 articles from the evil guys of Sputnik and Russia Today telling us what the Poles are doing and the Ukrainians. Remember, that's this little thing of you owe me everything. I don't know why, but you do. And you got the guys that are like, actually, no, you owe me something and I'll get it. I'm talking about the Ukraine's western territories and about Ukraine demanding everything to be given to them. And when I say Ukrainians, I'm not talking about the Ukrainian nation. I'm talking the guys in charge of Ukraine, which is 2 different groups. So let's jump to the first one, which is from Sputnik. Poland's Duda, the president of Poland, cancels United Nations GA meeting with Zelensky and likens Ukraine to drowning man. So he's talking about Ukraine being going down and taking us with him. So Kiev threatened to appeal to the World Trade Organization over the decision by Poland, Slovakia and Hungary to cease their imports of Ukrainian grain despite the European Commission never having imposed such a ban on the bloc because of the grain. These countries try to protect their people, their farmers. The Ukrainians don't give up. When I say Ukrainians, I'm talking about that group, okay? And Romania wants to do the same thing, and Croatia said, when we're going to allow Ukrainian grain to cross our territory, but no grain will stay in Croatia. So you got Romania and Croatia, and I think Bulgaria also said something, me too, or something, but they're still under the rock. Romanians are yelling from under the rock, hey, we don't know if we're waiting for the Americans to say, what? Nothing? Nothing, just you. Okay, so a planned meeting between Polish President Andrzej Duda and his Ukrainian counterpart Zelensky on the sidelines of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly has been cancelled. Duda told journalists outside the United Nations headquarters in New York that organizational reasons were behind the move, but he did not rule out a meeting with Zelensky later. All right, that's one. Next one. Russia Today, 20th of September 2023. Poland threatens to withdraw support for Ukraine. Relations between the neighbors have been marred by a row over Kiev's demands that its produce be sold on the Polish market. Polish may cut its support for Ukraine in its conflict with Russia over the growing grain dispute between the 2 Eastern European countries. Szymon Zinkowski Welsek, Warsaw's Minister of EU Affairs, has said, really? So he said that cut its support in its conflict with Russia. I don't think they're going to be allowed. Asked to comment on Warsaw's decision to extend its embargo on Ukrainian grain despite the EU's lifting the restriction, the minister told PAP News agency on Tuesday that Poland would be relentless on the matter. Zinkowski Welsek claimed that Kiev's pushback over the dispute, and I'm quoting, harms Ukraine itself, as it makes a certain impression on Polish public opinion and affects the level of support for continued military and economic assistance. The minister added that while Warsaw wants to continue to back Ukraine, there should be public support, and I'm quoting, if there is no support for such actions from Poles who have balls, it will be difficult for us to continue supporting Ukraine in the same way as we have been doing so far. Hey. What are you talking about? Germany is doing the same thing. America is doing the same thing. A lot of countries have their population saying, hey, we are in a minority supporting that. And what do the politicians do? Ignore them. So, hey, learn from your democratic masters and friends. The minister's comments echo similar remarks by the Polish President Duda, who recently urged Ukraine, and I'm quoting, to remember that it receives help from us, end quote, and that Poland is a major transit country for Kiev. They hope that the Americans will smack the Poles. So then we have the third article here, which is from Russia Today, again from the bad dudes. Today, the 20th of September, Polish leader makes veiled threat to Ukraine. President Duda reminded Kiev about Warsaw's role in military aid amid the row over grain, like the other article stated. So, Polish President Duda has said Kiev should not forget the crucial role Poland plays in Western military aid to Ukraine. The veiled threat came after cash-strapped Ukraine launched legal action against Warsaw over Poland's embargo on imports of Ukraine grains. And I'm quoting Duda. It's right here. It would be good for Ukraine to remember that it receives help from us and to remember that we are also a transit country to Ukraine. That is, back off. But it's okay. It will not. So the same thing is in this article where the Ukrainians do, now Ukrainians again, third time, like Saint Peter. I don't know him, I wasn't with him, blah, 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 blah. Okay, basically that's me right now. For the third time, Ukrainian people different than the guys in charge of them, okay? For me at least. And that's a fact. You can check it out. So here we have the Ukrainians again not caring for anybody else's welfare, but only for their interest against Russia. And I'm talking about how they turned off the gas pipeline that was going from Russia, transiting Ukraine towards the Poland, Slovakia, Germany, Hungary, and so it was Hungary Hungary, Slovakia, I think Czech Republic, Germany. They turned it off when a payment was not received from their transit, for the gas transit. So they immediately did not care about those 4 or 5 nations that received gas through the Druzhba, I think it was pipeline, if I remember correctly. And it doesn't really matter, but it was a transit and still is. The Ukrainians immediately turned it off, didn't care. Hey man, a contract is a contract. And expect everybody to help them 100%. What is this? So this is exactly what Duda says. Wait a minute. You want us to hurt our country, our nations, our people. For you, you're not my people. Basically, this is what it says. They voted for me, not you. Your people vote for you, my people vote for me. So my first duty is to make sure they are covered. And these guys say, well, no, you can't do that. We're going to go with the World Trade Organization and we're going to sue you over there. And these guys are saying, do you forget that they were doing 99% of the things for you, the heavy lifting, the transit, weapons, training? Are you crazy? What are you going to do? Al Capone, the brother is not behaving. Go and smack him. Basically, this is what the guys in charge of Ukraine are doing. It's very, very unfair. And hey, what's fair? But, I'm going to sue you for this penny, but you give me thousands of dollars. Mocha, nothing. How is that sounding to you? Well, if it sounds okay, I hope you are at the receiving end a few times, like 50,000 times. Anyway, my friends, things are going to escalate over there, and I tell you why. Not because the war is going badly for the Ukrainians. It's because the Ukrainian nation and history versus the Polish nation and history, they collide. They have unresolved major historical issues, major ones. It's like you're going to get along with someone who, raped you, 70 years ago or something. Not that easy, you know what I mean? And that person was not punished. And you are requested, ordered to help that person by Al Capone. So imagine, that's how the Poles are saying it. Ukraine, that's how they say it, partly. You got our territories incorporated in your country because Stalin, the Georgian communist, took it from us. So you got it. That's the first one. And the second one, Bandera and his gang according to polls, that not only killed, between 60 and 100,000 or 200,000 Poles as a genocide in 1943 to 1944 or something like that. So, my friends, that's not something that you easily forget. So there's two major things that they will not solve. How could that be solved? Give me back the territories. They will not give them back because they said it's ours. And regarding the other guys, you can't get them back to life, but at least acknowledge it, talk about it, be more friendly, keep your mouth shut a little bit here and there, tone down your garbage. But no, they don't do that. Why? Because the sponsor, Al Capone, supports them. And because these guys are as they are, say, you can't hurt me. By the way, I can you as much as I want, and you're gonna pay for it. So you pay for your own fucking, basically. So these guys are gonna get to something more than just talk. I guarantee you that. Veiled or not veiled, the Polish, I think, armies will protect Western Ukraine by invading, as the Soviets did, and then the Soviets in this case did with the Germans. Remember, they killed Poland in 1939. Anyway, my friends, here it is. They're gonna get to it. They're gonna get to it. We're gonna protect you. We don't want to be protected. It's okay. I'm gonna protect you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.